And you as an empath are here to get the people of the earth to move into ascension. Now, I hope this is not the first time you're hearing this, but if it is, I'm glad I'm here to tell you, because stuff is about to go down and 2020 just started, so you know. Come on now. Good day, everyone. How you doing? All right, so today's video is that I'm going to talk about something called the great year cycle. And I'm looking over here because I have my notes. I'm doing a whole bunch of videos today. And so I want to make sure I touch on every notes or every pointer that I have to make sure I give you the right information. So I am reading this book called The Evolutionary Empath right here, right? Actually, where did I get this from? I got it from, because I live in Miami, right? And I got it from the Miami, the book fair or something like that. And they had a whole table about spirituality and religion and all that. It was so cool. Once I found the publishing house that has these different types of books, I'll let you guys know. Like I said, I'm trying to learn how to edit, so I will try to put the link or the name of the publishing house that have these types of books, so then you can get it on your own, because knowledge is power. So it says The Evolutionary Empath, a practical guide for heart-centered consciousness, is by Reverend Stephanie Redfeather. Well, I like that. Stephanie Redfeather, PhD. She a doctor, y'all. I like this. And okay, so I'm not even done with this book. I'm like halfway, but I just had to get this information out there, because when somebody puts something in a book could back up what they're talking about, guess what I do? I go all in the rabbit hole and looking at this information. So I'm like, I wonder, does anybody else know about this? And if not, hey, hopefully I'll spark something within you. But one part that she says is that, hold on. She basically said, you're not crazy. If you're an empath, you're going through different changes, and you feel a little different. You feel energies and stuff, like you feel different. So that's why I love this book. Like I said, I'm not even done with it, but I had to give it out. So the thing that I found that she mentioned in this book is about the great year cycle. And on page 32, here's an explanation of what I'm talking about and why it's important that more empaths are coming into this earth at this time. Because if you believe it or not, there are lessons to be learned if you're a spiritual being and having a human experience. Therefore, you came here for a certain reason. So I'm like, why the heck did I come over here? What am I supposed to learn, or what am I supposed to give? So this book really gives you that insight. And so it tells you that empaths are here for a specific reason. And this is why. It says this is about the cycle, right? Larger cycle of time based on celestial motion called the precession of the equinoxes, that explains the rise and fall of the civilizations, as well as the rise and fall of human consciousness. What this thing is saying is that there is a time that Earth goes up and down a different level of consciousness. And you as an empath are here to get the people of the earth to move into ascension. Now, I hope this is not the first time you're hearing this, but if it is, I'm glad I'm here to tell you, because stuff is about to go down and 2020 just started, so you know. Come on now. All right. So yeah, that's what it's saying, right? And that's why empaths are coming up, is because we're entering ascension. Now, let me tell you that the length of the great year cycle is 24,000 years. 24,000 years. That's the cycle of the great year. Now, the 24,000 years is broken down into 4 stages. And you might have heard of the 4 stages. We heard of these before. but we didn't know about the in-depth of them. We heard of it before. So the first one is called, here's the stages, right? The stages is Iron Age, Bronze Age, Silver Age, and Golden Age. You guys heard that before, right? In school, maybe? I don't know. So those are the four. So Iron, Bronze, Silver, and Golden Age. They all together, they make up the great year cycle, which is 24,000 years. So reference. So she give a reference of where you can find this video. Now, if you're part of, is it Gaia? Gaia? It's like a Netflix, but for like spirituality and all that stuff, which is pretty good. Because when you watch a TV, if you're watching TV, you want to make sure that you're feeding your mind and learning something and not like low vibrational stuff. I mean, that stuff is pretty good. I watch Power. I want to know who killed, Ghost. I think it's Tyreek. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, so they have a video on there and it's called, hold on, I'm getting my notes. The video on Guy is by the Binary Research Institute, and it's called The Great Year, and the voice is Earl Ray Jones. So there's a whole video out there that goes more in depth, but I'm just going to give you the little excerpts of what's going on, kind of make it easier for you to understand. But I want you to go ahead and look at that video. You can also see the video on YouTube. It's on there. If you don't have the Gaia, you could look on YouTube and just search for the Binary Research Institute, The Great Year. And it's the same one. And she puts that in the book. That's why when she put it in the book, I'm like, I'm finding it, right? Okay. So let me break it down for you. So there's ancient Indians had their own names, and Egyptians, right? The Kemetic had their own names to break down the great year. So let me tell you, because I'm looking at my notes, I'm gonna try to, hopefully I can figure this edit thing out so I can put it on the screen somewhere, or a picture insert so you can see how the years go. But I'm going to show you my notes, so hopefully you can understand. So here we go. So the Iron Age, right? So we're going to start from the Iron Age and we're going to go up to the Golden Age. Okay. So the Iron Age is the lowest, I would say the lowest vibration, you would say, or consciousness. And then the Golden Age is the higher consciousness. So on your piece of paper, because I'm really visual. So on your piece of paper, on the bottom, we're going to start from the bottom, is the Iron Age. And that's 1,200 years. Okay. So the Iron Age is 1,200 years. And the Indians will call the Iron Age, their interpretation, their name for it is Kali, Kali. Okay. So Iron Age, they will say that's from the, what do you call it? Hold on. Let me get my notes. The Iron Age is like the Dark Ages. With the Dark Ages. That's what was happening in Earth, is Dark Ages. Remember the Dark Ages from school? They'll teach us the Iron Age, and that's 1,200 years. The next one is the Bronze Age, which lasts up to 2,400, so 2,400 years. And the Indians would call it Dwapara, DWAPARA. That's the Bronze Age. And the Bronze Age is more like electricity, knowing about magnetic fields, law of motion, gravitation. Remember, that's when all of that was coming out. And actually, right now, we are in the Bronze Age. Okay, so we are back up to the Bronze Age right now, which is really interesting. So I say I have somewhere in my notes right here. Okay. Here's what I have here. We're approximately 1,500 years into the current ascending. So we're going up. We're ascending cycle, and just a few hundred years into the Bronze Age. Okay. So that's Bronze Age. And she says this. I mean, I'm not even finished with this book, but what she solidified that, what I'm going through, I'm not crazy. I'm crazy. Look at this. She says, let me read this to you guys. That's about the Bronze Age of what we're currently in now. We are ascending into a Bronze Age, right? Ascending form. The fog of materialism begins to lift, and man discovers that he is more than mere flesh and bones. He is an energy form. Now, have you started thinking about that? That, you know, all these materialistic stuff, the Instagrams and all that, the Facebooks, and materialism doesn't even exist for you. No, they don't exist. You more into spirituality, trying to figure out your life. You trying to, you know, family's important to you. Are you going through that? Let me read on. Man begins to expand his horizons and understands that all matter is an expression of energy, vibratory force, and electrical attributes. They begin to comprehend the mysteries of matter, harness electrical energy, and ultimately conquer space. Boom! You start conquering space. Like what she said, you start to understand, right? In the decline of ages, man gradually loses the knowledge to control and understand that one of the universal laws, which are atomic form, space, time, vibration. But since we are on ascending, we're starting to get that knowledge back. It's all a circle. And in another video, when I talked about the 7 Hermetic principles, the principle of rhythm, right? The principle of polarity, really the principle of rhythm. This is the rhythm of life we're going through right now. Okay, so let me just not get too hyped. So the next one, so we talked about the Iron Age, which is 1,200 years. We're currently in the Bronze Age, which lasts 2,400 years. The next one is the Silver Age, right? Which lasts 3,600 years. And that, the Indians call it the Treta, Treta. So that's the Silver Age. And then the Silver Age, that's more intellectual age. So that's higher consciousness. So what you guys want to do? Right? Y'all want to stay lower or higher? I'm not going to be alive, but guess what? Everybody that's here or going through this journey, they're helping the consciousness of the people here. It's part of the evolution. It's just part of it. Silver Age is the intellectual age. And guess what? We're going to talk about the Golden Age. The Golden Age is 4,800 years, 4,800 years. And the Indians call it the Sata. I hope I'm getting these right. Whatever. Watch the video. It's Satya, right? And that's the Golden Age. That's the top. That's the Golden Age. Just think of it. All the pyramids and all that, they still don't know how the Egyptians did that. They like, oh, they didn't have technology back then. Well, how do you know? They were in the Golden Age, boo-boo. And guess what? When you're in the Golden Age and you start to decline, that's when destruction happens. That's when they get rid of all the knowledge. That's when they get rid of all the knowledge, so you forget. So now it's not like we waking up. I guess we are waking up, get woke. Because we are in ascending years. And once you hit the golden ages, baby, you start to go down. You go down. And that's when destruction happens. Right? The golden age is called like the spiritual age. It's the race to understand God, that God is within you. It's not the man in the sky. It's within you, boo-boo. Listen, telepathy. Some of you empaths, including myself, have different gifts. You got to know what your gifts are. Sometimes I'm writing down. I don't even understand myself. Now I'm writing down my dreams and shoot, they starting to come alive. Like fruition. Like it's crazy. Telepathy. You live to work with nature. You live to walk with nature. That nature is within you. You are nature. Everything is together. Let me go back to the 7 Hermetic principles, right? What do they talk about? The principle of vibration, right? The rhythm, polarity, cause and effect. Everything is together. Y'all see that? It's so research and learn more about it, because I'm just here just kind of helping people that's going through their spirituality and their journey and try to get some information out there, where to go, like what to do. The great year, everything is a surge. So right now, like I said, we're in the Bronze Age. And so that's the reason why more people are waking up, or more empaths are in this earth. It's because that we're helping with the ascension of the cycle of the great year. And there's more. I'm not going to get into it right now, but there's definitely more about the zodiacs, about the lunar procession, and just how it's crazy. Like, start learning about space, and start learning about astrology, start learning about numerology, because all that junk, they go together. All right. So that'll wrap up this video about the great year cycle. Like I said, the bottom is the Iron Age, Bronze, Silver, Golden, and all together they're 24,000 years. So go look at that video by the Binary Research Institute. You can look at YouTube. Like I said, I'm gonna try to put the link in the description box so you can look at the video yourself. But definitely, there's a reason why people are waking up. I mean, just follow the breadcrumbs. That's all I'm gonna tell you guys. And if you have a chance, pick up this book, The Evolutionary Empath, because I'm not even finished with this thing. And it's just like, just opened my mind. In here, she also talks about, my battery's about to die. But anyway, she also talks about the symptoms and that you go through, the physical symptoms, emotional symptoms that you go through, and you thinking that you're sick or something, but do check the doctor. You know what I mean? Like, so you know you have nothing going on internally. But yeah, so some of the physical symptoms you're going through Ascension is you change your appetite and diet. Like, I don't even like meat no more. Like, I was big. I love my bacon. But now sometimes I don't like chicken or bacon or nothing like that. Like, I want to eat clean. I mean, you being less tolerant to heat or cold, temperature fluctuations in the body, random flu-like symptoms, headaches, cranial pressure, third eye and crown chakra sensations. Like, sometimes I get pressure right here. I mean, joint pain, dizziness, clumsiness, insomnia, heart rhythm changes, your heart chakra. Man, me and my husband been getting I have arrhythmia, but it just came out from the blue. You know what I mean? Like, skin changes. You know, here's some emotional, energetic, intuitional symptoms. Synchronicities increase every day. We see 11 11 5 5 5, and make sure if you see those synchronicities, look them up and see what they say. Craving time alone, emotional sensitivity, time pressure and urgency, confusion and fogginess, forgetfulness, lack of mental clarity, psychic and extrasensory abilities increase, intense dreams and lucid dreaming, intuition and insight. Man, all this stuff. I'm speechless. You guys do it. Do the work, because you want to get left behind or be controlled by somebody who's at a higher frequency than you. That's all I'm saying. So I'm gonna end this video right here. Again, you here at Evolution of We end this together. And like I said, it's not only about spiritual stuff. I'm gonna do interviews with different people that's in this path. Also movies. I love movies, and I got interpretations for your behind. It's crazy. So anyway, you have a great day, and talk to you guys later. Bye.